Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to a little bit early morning intuitive guidance. We'll see how long it takes anybody to pop on, given that I'm 5 minutes earlier than typical. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, and we have some guidance today. The subtitle on this card deck is 57 Invitations to Spark a Conversation with Your Soul. Aha, somebody found me. I see. Good morning, whoever popped in. Glad you're here. This is the Allowing Prayers deck, and it's by Siobhan Nash. And welcome to whomever else has popped on there. Deb, your name popped up. The first person named Gwen. Good morning, good morning. Glad you guys are here. Welcome. A little bit early this morning because we're going to be heading for Sun Prairie to work on the house we're flipping down there. And of course, it decides it has to be a thunderstorm day. And it was last night, which means TJ did not sleep very well, which means Mom did not sleep very well either. So yeah, we'll just plow our way through today and see what we can accomplish. Thank you for the sunshine, Deb. Hopefully we get a little bit of that today. Doesn't look too promising because I think the forecast down by my sister is even more rainy than the forecast here. So we'll just have to put on our raincoats and go for it. I'm so sweet, you gotta wear a raincoat because you don't want to melt. Yeah. All right, so our card for today is Allow Fascination. I like that. Allow Fascination. So let's just take a couple of nice deep breaths in through the nose. Good morning, Susan. Out through the mouth. Glad to have you here. In through the nose. Good morning, Cindy. Out through the mouth. I kind of figured you were lurking in the background there somewhere. So I had someone who told me yesterday she tends to lurk in the background because she doesn't like it when I greet her. So I'm not going to greet her if I remember. I got to make sure I remember. But some people like it and some people don't. I remember when I was a little kid in the local viewing area here, there was I think it was called Romper Room, and it was for little kids, and she'd hold up a mirror, and the teacher, and she'd call kids out by name, and when she'd call my name, I was like, oh, how does she know I'm here? And yeah. We were little, we were influenced easily. So, allow fascination. Again, this one has 2 questions, and I want you to just take some time with them and just see how they resonate for you. I'll tell you what I realized as I was reading the questions. So the first question is, what completely engages your heart and mind and nourishes your soul? What completely engages your heart and your mind and nourishes your soul? And when I was thinking about that, what I realized was what used to do that for me was scrapbooking. I could spend hours, 6 hours would go past and I didn't even realize time flew. I don't scrapbook anymore. I do make cards, but I haven't done that recently. And gardening is another thing I can lose myself in. Sometimes reading, etc. But I realized I'm not doing those things much. Well, obviously it was just winter here, so you don't garden in Wisconsin in the winter, typically. So needing to find some more things that kind of carry me through the winter that are very absorbing things. So I'll have to think about that. What might be some new ones to bring online? What about for you? What creates that fascination? Good morning, Beth. Glad you're here. What creates that fascination that completely engages your heart, mind, and nourishes your soul? And then, how much time are you spending doing it? Let's re-energize some of those things. For some people, it's spending time with grandchildren. I happen to not have grandchildren yet, and maybe not ever. We'll see. I'm probably going to have to adopt some. But what about for you? What are the things? Put some things in the feed, the things that capture your imagination, your attention. Sometimes if I'm researching something on Google, that can do it. Good morning, Lucy. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. Sometimes, I feel like this is a call to bring out some more scrapbooking, spending time with grandchildren, reading. Yes, good, good, good. Anyone else want to put your list up? Go ahead and put her list up. What are the things that keep you so engaged that time flies? That time flies. You'll look up and you'll go, oh man, it's been 3 hours. What happened? So allow fascination. The card is allow fascination. And that first question is, what completely engages your heart and mind and nourishes your soul? Quilting, painting, gardening. Fabulous. Good, good, good. And if you don't have a list, let it be your wake-up call too. We can be awakened together, because obviously I need to add some more things to my life. Indoor plants. I like dealing with indoor plants too, so that might be one. Good morning, Carolyn. Welcome, welcome. So, allow fascination. Second question is, how does engaging with that activity that completely engages your heart and mind and nourishes your soul, how does engaging with that experience create greater connection to your true self? Cindy says, reading, research, and genealogy. Awesome. Yes, yes. I could see getting lost in doing genealogy. Absolutely. And I was very impressed with a great aunt of mine who did a huge genealogical search on the paternal side of my family. And this was well before there were any internet, anything. You had to write letters to libraries, you had to call places, etc., and then type it up. And she was a very good typist because it's all typed out. It's all, and my mom hand wrote some additional things as more kids were born, as people passed away. She updated it a bit here and there. So I was just very struck by the dedication and the effort she had to put into creating that. Just got a job at Young Garden Center in Appleton. Oh, fabulous. What fun. What fun, what fun. I love plants. Plants are just one of those things. One of the things I would say with that too is nature. Nature tends to completely engage my heart and mind and nourish my soul. So, how does engaging with that experience create greater connection with your true self? I think for me, when I'm in that environment, all of the stuff that I think I should do, ought to be, ought to say, blah, 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 kind of drops away. There's none of that societal demand when I'm out in nature. I can walk among the trees and belch, wheeze, cough, fart, stomp, yell, sing, skip, whatever I want to do. So what about for you? What about for you? Hiking and being in nature feeds your soul. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, there's a thunder boomer. We'll see if the dog notices. Oh, yeah. The poor guy, he hates thunder. So he's 75 pounds of quaking mush when thunder happens. So I'm hoping that they didn't mention that this storm was supposed to happen. There's supposed to be one coming at 9 o'clock. Connecting with friends, walking in nature, playing with puppies. Oh, yes, that's a good one, too. Animals, connecting with animals. That's a great way to lose track of time. Lose track of time. You got thunder, too? Yeah, we had a lot last night, too, which meant we didn't get a whole lot of sleep, but what can you do? So, allow fascination. Let's make today Allow Fascination Day. Thank you, Lucy. He appreciates the love. Allow fascination. So, how will you steep yourself in fascination? Thank you, Cindy, for posting the questions. I appreciate it. And it might mean breaking out of your typical routine a little bit. Where could you go? What could you do that would bring you into fascination? One of the things that I used to do as a little kid was imagine things being different. Like imagine I'd lay on my back in my bed and I'd look up at the ceiling and go, now what if we walked on the ceiling? What if we walked on the ceiling and the floor was actually the ceiling? It was upside down. Hi, baby. I know. I'm sorry. And I'd have to step over the top of the doorways because they're not straight through. And I'd make all this stuff. What if I could walk on clouds? And just expanding reality. We need to do more of that as adults. That's actually how innovation happens. When we think, well, what if this or what if that? And then kind of play it out in your mind a bit to see what you think will happen. And then sometimes putting that into action and seeing what happens. So that can allow for fascination. But I really think if the world had more people who created for themselves and for others fascination, it'd be a whole lot better place. Yes? All right, so what I'd like you to do is practice fascination today. What circumstances can you create in your day today that will allow for fascination? It might be sitting there staring at your hand, looking at your hand and going, wow, this is an amazing instrument. Just really, I mean, we would take it for granted, right? Really paying attention to what can this hand do, So today is Fascination Day. Have an awesome time. Come back to here and post a few comments on things that you notice with regard to fascination. And I'm going to go calm my dog down from his fascination with thunderstorms. See you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.